Hello and welcome, my name is Nikola Lazic and you are watching an overview of my analytical work and how I managed to predict the $3,000 low for Bitcoin. On the 7th of January 2018, the market reached its peak, coming to $834.7 billion. From there we have seen a decrease of 48% to $432 billion level. The recovery that followed made a lower high, which I saw as the first sign of weakness. I've seen this lower high as the right shoulder from the head and shoulders pattern and projected a decrease of the market cap evaluation to $300 billion. Many believe that this downfall was yet another correction, with the price of Bitcoin holding above its significant support. Meanwhile, my analysis pointed out that a breakout to the downside should be expected, with the initial price target set at $7,500. As the price reached my initial target with strong bearish momentum, I've projected another low to $6,800 with a large wick to the downside. The price of Bitcoin created a wick in exact same manner as previously expected, with the daily candle closing at $6,800. This meant that my first prediction played out and the market cap fell to around $300 billion, which is why it was clear to me that the bull market ended. On 6th of February 2018, I stated my opinion that the bubble popped and that we are going to see the price of Bitcoin at $3,000. Prior to the completion of the descending wedge, there was still a possibility that the bull market could continue. But this possibility was soon invalidated for two reasons, first being that the price broke out from the descending wedge, and the second was a lower low made at $6,600, where the price stayed for 12 days. As another impulsive move to the upside started, I've calculated its pathway and set the price target around $10,500 before the 7th of May. The price moved to the upside in a 5-wave manner, interacting with the exact same levels as previously outlined, reaching just over $10,000. Retracement that followed was expected to end around $7,750 to $7,480, which was pointed out as significant support area. However, the price went below the support zone, reaching $7,100 and continued forming a cluster inside its territory. The cluster was an ascending triangle which retested the upper level, finding resistance there, which is why now I was expecting a lower low. This was the first time I've made a projection in which we are to see a lower low and a lower high before another impulsive downfall. A breakout below the ascending support occurred, and with the price getting close to the vicinity of the prior low, I projected this one to be just below 6K. I introduced the complex correction count with the Z wave projected at around 8,500, after which I was expecting a drop to 4,500 as the initial target to 3,000. A lower low was made and the market started recovering, which many called the starting bull market, while I was again calling for a decrease to $3,000. The price further developed exactly like projected, with the X wave ending at 5,850 and the Z wave reaching 8,512. Wave A, which was presumed to be the first subwave of the next 3-wave move to the downside, retested a horizontal support. Again, many have interpreted this as a sign of confirmation for the starting bull market, like CZ, the founder and CEO of Binance. The price recovered to the significant descending trend line at the 0.618 Fibonacci level, which is why I was expecting an immediate rejection. A rejection occurred with strong bearish momentum, pushing the price below 0.236 Fibonacci level and continued moving sideways. Instead of immediately going further down, the price first tested the 6,800 descending resistance and fell below the significant horizontal level at 6,516. I've interpreted this as a sign of weakness, calling for a breakout to the downside, which was covered by the media. I've also called for an increase of Bitcoin's dominance to 68%, as I viewed this chart as an inverse market confidence indicator. Shortly after, the price plummeted to the downside and fell below the support level of the descending triangle. A symmetrical triangle was formed, and even though impulsiveness was seen, I didn't believe that this was the move to 4,600 area. Instead, I've compared it to April's symmetrical triangle, pointing out the similarities in price action and calling for a potential reversal. Indeed, a major catalyst like in April caused its stablecoin Tether crash below $1, resulting in a massive spike in Bitcoin's price. The price spiked to 7,790, breaking out from the major descending triangle, but in a matter of hours fell back to 6,870. Following the wave structure's pathway, I've called for a move back to the significant horizontal support level at 6,500. As the price came down to those levels, a minor recovery began, but another move to the downside was shortly expected. Downtrend continuation occurred, but the price failed to retest the descending triangle's resistance level for support, which is why another drop looked likely. After a lower low to 6,255, a move to the upside started, which was projected to end slightly above the upper level. Downtrend continued, with the price now testing the 0.5 fib level, upon which I was expecting a rejection. The price got rejected at the 0.5 Fibonacci level, sending it into a downward trajectory in an impulsive manner like expected. On the global chart, a breakout has been seen from the symmetrical triangle, which was an early indication of the starting downfall. After moving below 5,700 and forming a bearish pennant, another decrease to 4,600 area was expected. The price fell to the projected level and has shown signs of weakness, with the support intersection failing to hold. Another bearish pennant was formed around 4,600 level, which indicated more downside to some of the horizontal support levels. Support was found at around 3,780 after 5-wave decrease, which is why now I was expecting a retest of the broken support intersection. The price came up for a retest like projected and proceeded to form a symmetrical triangle above 4,200 area. Descending channel formed, resulting in a breakout below the descending trend line, so now I was anticipating its retest for resistance. Recovery that followed was projected to be another 3-wave correction before the final move to the downside. The next day I readjusted my target to 3,237 for the X wave, after which I was expecting another bounce to the upside and then a retest of the prior low. At first the price increased to the projected level in a 3-way manner, and now I was expecting a retest of the horizontal support level at 3,230 or a move below it. Instead, the price continued increasing and reached the vicinity of the W wave, which is why now I have counted it as a prolonged complex correction. Second wave X was projected at 3,360, while Z wave was considered to retest the 4,300 resistance area. With the price coming down slightly above the 3,360 level and increasing again to 4,300, the X and Z wave scenario played out like projected, and a move below 3,000 looked likely. But as the price held above 3,780 and started impulsively moving to the upside, breaking significant resistance, it was evident that the price decrease ended at $3,237. Thank you for watching, and if you are not already, make sure to join my free newsletter so you can stay up to date with my latest price expectations.